With scenery this cinematic, it's no surprise that parts of Colorado's film history is as rocky as its peaks.
The poor girl drowned, but the film remains.
Clark Farmer
Yeah.
knows a thing or two about that.
Yes.
His kid's artwork pretty much says it all.
And I told her sometimes the students don't like the black and white films as much as the color films.
The CU Boulder film professor is a self-certified movie history nerd
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
with deep knowledge of Colorado cinema.
Yeah, I always like things that are kind of a little old and out of date, and just finding out, like, when did things start? Like, the first films were actually shot here in 1897. It was called Eagle Dance Pueblo Indians. There was like a Native American group that had come up to this exposition and were doing these dance performances.
Movies made in this state go way back, and that's where much of their recognition remains. For a time, the landscape lent itself to westerns like The Naked Spur starring Jimmy Stewart and the 1969 version of True Grit with John Wayne.
Well, there is the scene in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and it's a very funny scene where they stop the train and they need to blow up the safe. The entire train car blows up. It was Robert Redford or Paul Newman, but they had the deadpan line.
Think you used enough dynamite there, Butch?
That's a very cute little bit from that film that was shot in Colorado.
Farmer knows most his students search for Colorado classics made in this century.
A few of them know about the film Sleeper from Woody Allen.
But he says that's where the state's film success has been slim.
Yeah, there was a 2006 movie, not that great of a movie, Jennifer Gardner movie called Catch and Release, and it's set in Boulder. And they specifically say, "We are in Boulder." The Fast and Furious 7 did a scene where they shot on the road up to Pikes Peak. You have these cars being like dropped from the sky, which they actually did, which is kind of amazing. Hateful Eight, shot around Telluride. That's, I think, the last kind of high-profile film that has been shot in the state.
Farmer is optimistic it won't stay that way. He hopes Sundance's move to the Rocky Mountains will shift something else.
Actually having Sundance here, I think, will actually kind of give more prominence to some of the filmmakers in Colorado who are doing things like experimental film.
Films from this state could maybe find their place on one of the industry's biggest stages.
A few Coloradans will be making the trip out to Park City this year. At least two in the film industry have movies debuting at Sundance this year. Kim and Phil will be at one of those premieres.
Ooh,
Exciting. Chief photojournalist Ann Herbst and I will be heading out to Park City on Monday, kind of giving Coloradans a glimpse of what we're going to be getting into come 2027, right? The traffic, the economic impact, all that jazz. So
yeah, it's such a big deal. It's hard for us to even, I think, imagine what's going to happen.
Absolutely. I was looking at the analytics. According to Sundance, about 30% of the people that went to Sundance last year were out-of-staters. They spent $160 million while there. It's a lot of money.
It's going to be great for businesses.
Well, and I think with Robert Redford's whole vision of it, that Colorado was the perfect fit.
Yeah.
And I know I heard the interview with his daughter earlier in the week talking about that. It just was the right place to go.
It's a fitting home, right? I think it's something that you think about what Boulder and Colorado has to offer and what he loved about Utah, and there you go. You got it. You got Boulder right there.
Yeah. And, he did go to CU. He didn't graduate, but he was there. He had a good time. You can see it in go on the hill and go check
Plenty
it out.
of connections.
Yeah,
Have a
plenty of
great time there. Look forward to your report.
Absolutely. All right, thank you.